Okay.
May the grace and peace of God the Father and His Son Jesus Christ, the all-embracing love of the Holy Spirit be with everybody in this room today. You can hold on to each other for a minute. There you go. We're assembled here in this home today, an appropriate place to exchange vows between two people who want to spend the rest of their lives together. We're assembled here in the presence of God and all of you witnesses to celebrate the joining of this guy. I'll do talking. This is a man who's used to being in control. This guy and this woman. You love this man?
Yes.
You love this woman? Yes, I do love this woman. So of all the words I'll say, even of the paperwork that's signed, the reason we are here is because love has found you. And we come here formally to celebrate like this, and you will again. To celebrate the love that you two, that has found you two, and that you two have decided works, and that you want to spend the rest of your lives with one another. There are no obligations on earth more sweet than those that you're about to take. No vows more solemn than those that the two of you are about to make to each other. So I begin by asking, who is it that brought this lovely bride to her groom today? You? No. Hold the ring. You hold on to the ring a second. Hand right here.
Have her move to
Face
the
each other.
side.
All four hands?
Yeah. Joel, have her turn towards you. There you go.
I'm wait here when it relaxes a little bit. It's okay. I got all day. Come on. The way that we get to this place is because long ago someone first loved this guy. It's a picture of his parents right there. And one of the things we know that as children, those who love us so much at first set into place the seeds of love. They set the course when we are young. And so for you, it was your mom and dad. What were their names?
Jack and Audrey.
Jack and Audrey. So can you imagine when they held you as a baby? They think of all the things that you'll be and all the things that you'll do when you get older. A lot of it is just guesswork. But the greatest hope they have for you is that you would be happy and in love. Today, are you happy and in love?
I am, yes.
So in their memory, we want to thank them. Job well done.
Absolutely, Mom. Yeah, thank you.
And your parents over in the Philippines?
Yes.
They think about you every day. They have since you were little, right? And so we want to think of them today and your entire family. Do you have godparents? No godparents? Sponsors? Sponsors? Yeah. But anyways, they're thinking of you, and it's because the way they loved you and raised you, looked over you, and everyone in your family and all of your friends, they all contribute to who you are today. They contribute to who both of you are today. So let us not forget that when we stand like this to celebrate a love, it's not in isolation. A lot of people have been a part of your lives, and you bring that together. You bring together families, traditions, and together you make a life that's richer than either one could have by yourselves. It's more full of love than either one of you could have by yourselves. And so that's why we're here. I think it's also poignant that we're here in a home because, as true tradition would have it, this is how it was done. The big old fancy to-dos, they're nice, they're fun, expensive. But this represents where the heart is, here in the home. This is where you guys really love each other and make plans for the future and deal with the issues that are outside those doors right here in the home. I'm going to ask you some questions as you face each other. I'm going to ask about 4 questions, and when I'm done, you can give me your answer. And Joel, I'll start with you. Joel, do you take this woman whose hand you hold? Do you choose her alone to be your wedded wife? Will you live with her in the state of true matrimony? Will you love her and comfort her through good times and bad, in sickness and health? Will you honor this woman at all times? And Joel, will you be faithful to this woman?
Absolutely.
You believe him, don't you?
I do believe him.
Yes. That's where it's got, I want to make sure. So this guy whose hand you hold, do you choose him alone to be your wedded husband? Will you live with him in the state of true matrimony? You love him and comfort him through good times and bad, and sickness and health. Will you honor this guy at all times, and will you also be faithful to him?
And
You believe what she says, don't you?
I do.
I want you guys to get in the habit of something. Words have power.
Absolutely.
They really move us, and they remind us, and they can oftentimes bring us back to center. Sometimes when you least expect it. Honey, will you pass me the bread? And by the way, I love you for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. You know? Sometime when you bring just an aspirin to the other for whatever reason, when he's had a lot of work has gotten him down, you bring him something to ease his mind, and you can say to him, here, honey, here's a glass of water and aspirin, and by the way, I love you in sickness and health. You know, those are important words, and they're worth repeating again and again. So that no matter what else you get involved in your lives, the marriage, the love remains at the center of it. It's so important. We live in a really crazy, wacky, busy world. Now I understand you have some rings to share today. Who has the rings? Don't ask for them. Who's got the rings? You guys? Okay, just put them out in your hand. Just put your hand out there. Just put your hand out. There you go. That's it. These are the rings that this couple will wear for the rest of their lives that symbolize the love we celebrate here today. And before I say a few words over these rings, I'd ask that you all would, everyone in this room, would send your love and prayers along with these rings. We want that every time they would reach up and touch that ring, you know, sometimes you turn your ring. I want them to remember not only the vows they're about to make, but they'll remember you guys. You know, life gets so busy, and sometimes it's just the people that we know and love around us which gives us the strength we need to move on. So, God bless these rings, these circles and symbols, remind us of the stars, the earth, and the universe, symbols of peace and perfection, that which has no beginning and no end. This moment we ask God would bless these rings, may they be symbols of unity, of joining, and of commitment. And let us grant that the love that these two have may now and always be as unending as these rings. Amen. As you all exchange these rings, be mindful of from where you come. Makes it a whole lot easier to know where you're going. Be mindful of who the true friends in your lives are, those who are always there for you. And remember, you're never alone. You're never alone. Not only do you have the friends, not only do you have each other, but whatever you think spun all this craziness into action, whatever that is still there. And you can look towards it any time you choose for strength. going to stand behind you because I want you to look at her. Put that on her finger and repeat after me. I, Joel,
I, Joel,
take you, Emily,
take you, Emily,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to love and to cherish
to love and to cherish
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
and thereto pledge you my faith.
and thereto pledge you my faith.
And with this ring,
And with this ring,
I take you as my wife.
I take you as my wife.
Hey, girl. There you go.
Okay.
I think I got it on.
I jumped the gun.
How's that feel, Emily? Pretty good?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. And one more few words. Repeat after me. I, Emily,
I am Emily.
take you, Joel,
Take you, Joel,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to love and to cherish
to love and to cherish
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
and pledge you my faith.
and praise you.
And with this ring,
And with this ring,
I take you as my husband.
to take you as my husband.
Okay, you put it on. The future of this marriage is right here in your hands.
And you don't mean the rings.
Right here in your hands. He threw me off. He throws me off. It's so funny.
You're not the only one.
I can only imagine in the office. Life is choices. Every day. Small choices, big choices. Whenever possible, choose love. Choose love. There are many things that we can quibble over. It is our human nature to just love to quibble. And when people are married and live closely, they quibble more. But each of you must always keep this line in your mind to say it to yourself when necessary. Is it more important that I be right or in love? That is a critical question.
You're paraphrasing me. I always say you could choose to be right or happy. So I didn't say in love, but yeah.
Well, you know what? In love never means you're always happy because it's two humans, and there's a lot of stuff that makes us unhappy. And we disappoint each other frequently. But the love is that string, that thread through it all, so that you give each other maximum deference. You tolerate stuff from each other that you would tolerate from nobody else. And you forgive things that you would never forgive anybody else. That love is that thread. And I think that that thread of love comes with it responsibility. You know what I want for you two? I want you two to be the couple that people talk about. That Joel and Emily. I love being around them. They just make you feel good. They're always speaking kindly of other people. You know? They always speak kindly of each other. If they have dirty laundry, we don't know where it's at because we never see it. That's the example you want to set, because I'll tell you this, and this is maybe just the churchy part of me, but you never know when someone will be in your presence who is struggling in their marriage, and you will inspire them. And they will go home and say, honey, I want to be like Joel and Emily. Don't know what they got, but I want some of that too. That's the kind of couple you want to be. They write poems and write movies about lovers like that. So be that. Be that for each other. One of the last things I'm going to say, third to the last thing I'm going to say, they say that 95% of life is showing up. In a relationship, it's everything. It's easy to say, you stay here and cook this, I'll run to the store and get some eggs. No. You turn off the stove and you go to the store together. That thing of being together. Sure, men need our space and women need to go off to women's. But whenever possible, gosh, you want to be with each other, even when it's difficult to do so. Because this is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Every moment you have, you must make the most of it. You must do that. That way, in those times when you have to be apart, you can just close your eyes and think of your lover, and it's as if you're still there. That's what you want from each other. Now, in a couple of our traditions, we hold that sharing some wine at a ceremony is a blessing, because a glass of wine represents many things to many people. For those of us Catholics, it's an important sacrament of what we do. It represents the promise and life of Christ, which we try to live out in all things we do. For many, it represents the changing seasons of life. But more importantly, the sweetness and the specialness of love and marriage. So you guys are going to take your first cup here together in our presence to honor the traditions that the family has. So I want you to take this glass and give her a sip. No, hold the glass like this. There you go. Give her a sip. Now give her the glass. You give him a sip. Now in our tradition, Christ did this, hold on to each other, because he wanted folks to understand the fluidity of life, the universal nature of love, forgiveness, kindness, and all the things that he and other prophets have spoken about. Knowing that, I'm going to challenge you to always leave a place open at your table for someone who's hungry. Leave a place open in your heart for someone who needs love and understanding. I think the way that you love everybody around you helps you love each other even more. It helps just the more. So, did you come into this place with these friends to ask this woman to be your wife today?
I did.
And did you come into this place to ask this man to be your husband?
I did.
You guys feeling pretty good about it? Yes? Lots of blessings? Absolutely. Well, inasmuch as you, Joel, and you, Emily, have consented together to engage in the union of matrimony and have pledged your faith to one another in the presence of God and all of His company. Now, by the authority vested, well, I don't have much authority, but DC says I can do it. But more because I love being a part of what God has spun into action. It gives me pleasure to be able to stand here and say, you are now husband and wife. And if this lovely woman will allow, you may kiss her. Congratulations. I present to you Mrs. Emely and Mr. Joel William Bradshaw. And now you all can come over and greet them for the first time as husband and wife. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your family with me.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. I can't believe you're married now.
Yeah.
I had a beautiful ceremony.
Thank you.
Wow. Do you know Joel from before?
No.
Oh,
Down somewhere. The kid is completely old husband. So amazing.
He's a witness.
A couple of these.
I don't know. I think he's tired.
Go inside.
Terrible sleeping through it all.
My novel was really I saw a little tear. She's not letting me go. Great music, brother. Are you picking out the gospel songs? Is that
Two of them are Emily's, and the rest are ones I threw together. And Sister Sledge saved this one.
Oh, yeah, that was Sister Sledge, right?
And now we go into silly love songs.
Oh, great. So you're all, I love this.
Every time I hear a Sister Sledge song, I'm thinking of this.
You have a new sister.
Redefine
First you have a new brother, now a new sister. Hard to keep up with your family.
Well, before that, it was
It was
much
birthday
more than
things.